Alright, this is going to be a tutorial on how to do a camera switch. Now, camera switches in Blender is basically just moving the render from one camera to another. Think about when you're watching a television show or a movie, you're going to notice that there are multiple cameras filming the same thing. So it'll have a close-up, say, of the main character and then switch to a different shot of maybe a side character and maybe another shot to an explosion, whatever is going on in the scene. So this is what we are going to be doing in Blender. So first things first, here is my scene. You're going to notice that I have 3 different cameras already set up in my scene. So if I look through my main camera and I know that this is my rendering camera, because look at the triangle along the top, you're going to notice that it is filled in. So if I hit 0 on the numpad, it is going to show me what is called the safe frame. That means everything within this frame is now going to be rendered. Now I can change the shot if I use the fly through. Now how to do that is Shift and tittle, and the tittle key is going to be above the tab and below the escape key on your left hand side of your screen. So I can change my camera this way. I can also use W to move forward, S to move backwards, A to move left, D to move right, Q to move down, and E to move up. So that's another way that I can control how my camera is currently moving. Another camera trick that you learned is setting up your scene for the camera, then pressing Control Alt Numpad 0 all together, and you can see that it currently moves my camera to that particular shot. Alright, so enough recap, let's get on to the new things. Alright, so first things first, I need to go down into my timeline and I need to create what is called a marker. So a marker is just a place in the timeline that I am going to end up controlling my cameras with. So I'm going to go down here on the timeline. I'm going to go to marker, add marker. The keyboard shortcut to do this is going to be M as in Mickey. Alright, so it shows me this little triangle right here. You're going to see F underscore 01. That's just short for frame 1. Alright, so I want to make sure that I am on that marker. I want to make sure that I have my camera selected. Now I'm going to go to marker and I'm going to bind my camera to the marker. And there's this nice little icon that shows me the camera, and that is how I know that my camera is currently bound. Alright, let's do the same thing with the second camera. So I'm going to do marker. I'm going to go to marker, and I'm making sure that I have this camera selected, and I'm going to bind camera to marker. So right now you should have noticed how my left camera now currently has the triangle filled in. So that's how I know that I'm currently able to render with this camera. So if I look through my my camera, there we go. I am looking through my left one. Alright, so now if I scroll back in my timeline, you're going to see how my center camera is now my main camera. So let's do this a third time. I have moved my cursor down the timeline. I'm going to marker, add marker. Again, the keyboard shortcut is M. Bind camera. The keyboard shortcut is Control B. Alright, oops. And I forgot to select the right camera, but that's okay. I'm just going to make sure I have the correct camera selected, and I'm going to hit bind camera to marker again, just so that I know that it's bound. So let's go ahead and look through the view. So if I were to play this animation, so it starts in the center, it goes to the side, and there we go. And there is my camera markers. Now, these markers can be moved. You just have to drag them to where you want them to be on the timeline. So they're not set in stone. So I noticed that it was switching a little bit too fast in my animation, so I just brought down the spacing. Alright, that's it.